Hello and welcome to one more video, one more chapter of our adventures with the Badmaster. I'm right now working on joining the parts of our very first chapter, so hopefully we don't get any performance issues. But if they're happening, I want the quality of each chapter to be as high as possible, so I'm going to just be pausing the game and waiting for it to finish. That said, in this chapter, we want to hunt down the Warden Krieg. Now, I know I said I won't be walking you guys every step, and I like to be really honest with you guys. In Burwich, not village, but on the Burwich states, things can get a little bit hectic. You can kind of like what is happening. Oh, and yes, now we can have 5 skeletons. More guys for us. More guys for our family. It's like when you marry someone and then now that family is your family too. Anyway, so I'll be walking you guys through Burwich States. Other than that, here in Burwich Village is basically the same old song. Follow the main road. Followed all along. I'm so much of a poet. I should write books. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of people showing up right now. But we have a bunch of people on our side as well. So we follow the main road. Here, the main road is blocked, as you can see. So instead, what we're going to do is take the tour through this house. I mean, it's not like the owner is going to be upset that we are walking on his property, right? Like, the owner probably is not even here anymore. Or he is, but then he's a neighbor, so he doesn't care. Because again, Aethers, they don't have conception of public property. They're just like, oh, this is ours now. Ours. Not mine, ours. They're like communists. I mean, yeah, something like that. They're also starving. Anyway, here we get to Burwich States. Now, so far we are just following the main road. In Burwich States, things can get different. For example, there's a place in Burwich States that is my second farming spot that I want to show you guys. Burwich States is also the place where you have some shortcuts, I could say like that. The first thing we are going to do is go to my second farm spot. To get there, we enter this house. We will leave through this door, and right here there is a secret path that is not on the map. How do I know this? Well, inside that home there's a crazy guy. If you talk to the crazy guy, you will realize he's talking to a doll like it's his child. If you bring this to his attention, he's going to go mad and he's want to attack you. But if you play along and just pretend, he's going to tell you about this hideout he has under the bridge. But he will tell you not to go too far, because going too far you will find yourself surrounded by the dead, as they call the ethereal guys. Which, in my opinion, it's it's kind of... Everyone talks about the ethereal guys as they are the dead. And, I mean, it's kind of fair because they use corpses. But at the same time, as you guys will realize once we beat the Warden Krieg, it's kind of like the ethereals are alive. They have this conscience, this collective conscience most part of the time, but they also have their own desires, their own appetites. They're not the same. each and every one of them. They have dreams. Maybe the dreams of some of them are like, I want to kill the adventurer. Maybe others just want a fine, cozy home on the countryside. You can judge an ethereal by its corpse. So, climbing this ladder, we get to Hallowed Hill. Hallowed Hill is a place you can't get by foot. You have to take the wait, where's the door? Oh, the door is here. You have to take the path I just took to get to Hallowed Hill. Now, what we have in Hallowed Hill? A bunch of ethereals. Like, a bunch of ethereals. And ethereals that are not only in a great number, but they are also on higher level than us. So it makes it perfect for farming. It makes it perfect for the perfect fuck you waves. Like, you just cast one of them and it's glorious. You just see pieces of corpses flying on around. Like the medicine colleges would be fighting for the pieces. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, I'm not going to pick those things because I am a boring person. Actually, I'm not. I'm just like, I just want blue stuff because blue looks good. You know, not just green. Green and yellow stuff, you find them all the time. You gotta go for those blue items, you know? They're rare items. They're rare, they know their worth, you know? Oh, Reanimator. Just like our first boss. And he's dead. Because that's my job. When I play with someone, which you might see one day, who knows? It's my job to kill all the Reanimators. I'm the Reanimator hunter. And here we have one of the many bosses that can be waited for you here. Now, as you can see, our health is declining rapidly. And so is the health of our minions. But the boss is dead. That's the important part. And yes, our pets fell in battle, but you know what? We can just call them back. Because we are just a shiny, happy family. We are shiny, happy people. And our pets, they trust us. Even if they die, they are just like, oh, okay, it's okay. It's like, it happens, right? It's war. You can just call me back. I just went home to sleep for a little bit. And they are ready to serve us once more. This place, as you can see, it can be a little bit challenging, especially if you don't have AoE abilities. But then again, in my experience, if you're not using AoE abilities, you're just taking the game difficulty up just because you want to. Because something that's really important on Green Dawn is having a way to deal with massive waves of enemies. Like, every class has a wave. Well, not every class. Nightblade tries. I mean, God knows they try. But it's good if you have a way to deal with massive waves of enemies. And once we are done, we are going to walk all the way back. So, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, we're back on the surface. The only changes I've made were to put some points on my skills and to change my gun and change my boats. Now I have the fire boats, the molten walkers. As you can see on the minimap, there's a star right here, a cellar door. Here is where we are going to find the inventor's apprentice. Here's where we're going to find Darling, or actually Starlet, as it's her name. We now have 8 skeletons. We have enough people to like dance Oppa Gangnam style and have our back dancers as well. If anyone actually remembers that. It was pretty awesome back then. Nobody understood a word of what was being sang, except for the parts in English, but who cares? It was awesome. Right here, where we are going, with our army of the dead and the living, we find Darlet. And we send Darlet back home. Now, we will go back to the surface just by a desecrated shrine. And no, this is not pre-recorded or there's not an issue with the audio files. I just know this initial part of the game like the back of my hand. Actually better than the back of my hand, because I don't look at the back of my hand that much. And so we summon the things and we kill the things, as we always do when we have to cleanse the shrine. And that's it, we cleanse the shrine. Oh, there's a random boss spawn right here. But we have so many guys that the random boss is dead. Ooh, Witherwoe. I love this weapon. And the slugger, I love this weapon. Can I use the slugger already? No, level 20. Okay. And either woe is 17. Okay. Right. Now the place you want to go to find the Warden Krieg is this one. I'm showing because there's a bunch of exploring that can get you lost right here. So oh, there was a frame rate drop right there. There was too many guys around, and as Raven once told me, too many cooks spoil the soup. There were too many cooks right there. I think it's because we are still like working on the other video on the back, so if we have too many frame drops like that, I might consider pausing the video. But I think it's going fine right now. Like, we're back on our 20s. I think it's good enough. At least I hope so. Right here, we have more entries of the Inquisitor Creed, our friend. And right here, there's the Journal of Warden Krieg. I will not be reading this entries. Actually, the entry I'm interested in is a little bit further on. And right here, you can see how it's our build Necromancer just yet, and you can see how it's our build in Occultist, not much. We are going to put points in Mend Flesh, because Draven the Raven is going to be healing us. And not only his owner, but his family as well. Because Draven the Raven is a really generous Raven. He's a Raven that likes to belong to a murder. And even if he doesn't have more Ravens to form his murder, we are his murder. We are his home. Oh, yeah, we have to call Draven again. Welcome back, Raven. Draven. The Warden's Cellar. This must be the Warden's Cellar. Whoa, I hadn't noticed the big letters that showed up when I climbed down the stairs. Okay, so let's run to this place. There's a bunch to explore, but we will be running through it, because that's how we do it. The fucking wave clears those enemies and allow us to go running. Run like the wind, run like something that I don't want to say, to try to keep this as family friendly as possible. Although I say bad things all the time, so this is probably not family friendly in the first place. I mean the whole concept of family friendly is kind of bull, right? Because you can say bad words, but apparently it's okay, it's family friendly to be murdering a bunch of stuff in the screen. But yeah, it's okay. We'll take this road. Right here we'll have more ethereal friends, or fans, or whatever you want to call them. all of them are going to be meeting our arrows, our swords, our gunshots, and everything else. And right here, running through this room, right there, you can already see the star in the middle. Which actually shows me that I got the wrong path for once. It happens to the best of us. Is it here? No. We have to go this way. Yeah. And right here, and there's a reanimator right here. And the reanimator is dead, because that's my job. I mean, I'm wondering, if you guys were going to make a drinking game out of watching me, I think you drink one every time I say the reanimator is dead, because that's my job. I think you guys would drink one every time I make a pop song reference, because I do that a lot. I mean, I can live with pop songs, right? So, and I don't know, I think you would take a shot every time I give a name to one of my pets, or every time I summon my pets back into the fray, something like that. Underground transit, and right here we have another rift gate. We will go this way this time. No, to the right. To the right all along. Oh, the frame drop is real. It's alright. We're back in 30s. Look at this army. This army is glorious. Look at this. Oh, man. There are many reasons why I love the Necromancer class in Green Dawn, and this is one of them. We got roaches! We don't got that anymore. There's still roaches here? Man. And right here, we have another devotion shrine. This one is a ruined shrine, which means we just have to offer what it asks of us. And in this case, some stuff. And we get more devotion points. By the way, I can use these gloves right now. And just now I realized I was not using gloves. What the... Okay, let's put those devotion points. And we finished the shepherd's call. Let's put it on Bound Harvest. And then I'm going to pause a little bit just to remember which ones are the pet ones. Okay, we're back. We are going to get the jackal. Right here. I mean, this guy looks even like a dragon and not a jackal, but I'm not going to argue with that. If they say it's a jackal, it's a jackal. So more bonus for our pets. And then our next constellation is going to be the Fiend. Because the Fiend also gives us bonuses. Okay, now let us proceed. Now, when you get on this place, and even just running through the things we are already despised by the Infuriates, you can see there are some marks on the ground. That's when our old good saying that probably would also be a shot thing for the drinking game would be back. Like, just follow the main road. The main road is your religion. The main road is your belief. Look at this. Our armies can hold off their armies for a long time. This is really cool. Like, I can just sit and watch. But I'm not a general that just sits and watch. I'm a general that likes to fight. I'm on the battlefield. because the battlefield's more fun than just watching from a little chair and just sending cannons their way. Although cannons are really fun on Green Dawn. If you don't know how to get cannons on Green Dawn, Demolitionist and Mortar Trap. It's amazing, it's one of the best things ever! So, we took a detour. We are just trying to go back to the main road, because the main road is our religion. The main road is our lifestyle. And right here, we are already back to the main road. Would you look at that? We also have points to put on our stuff. So, let's finish. No, we don't finish yet. But let's make Draven the Raven heal our things for more. Good enough. We follow the main road. We destroy the Ether Crystal clusters. We fight a bunch of ethereal armies. I mean, I was not even paying attention there, right? I was just trying to pick that component, the Aether Crystal, and I was like, it's okay, my armies can fight for me. And right there, you can already see on the minimap a rift gate waiting for us. And there we go, we are in the hidden laboratory, and another rift gate has been caught. Now, in the laboratory, there's not much to it. The laboratory is pretty straightforward. You just kinda follow the most obvious path, not detouring too much, and you will get where you need to be. So I'll be making my director's cut and putting us back once we find the 2 mini bosses from this place, which are Geralt and Zembrant, and then against Warden Krieg, which is going to be the ending of this chapter. And here we have him. Here is Gertrude, the betrayed. And he has been helped. And we just follow our merry little way to the Warden's laboratory. And we are back because Zembrant is somewhere in this room. So... oh, here's Zembrant. He just looks like a big reanimator, just like Girlfriend, but he's one of the mini bosses from here. And he's a potential bounty that the Devil's Crossing table can ask him later, when you can use the Devotion's table. Okay, so the only thing that's left to do on this chapter, on this video, is hunting the Warden Krieg behind these doors. Oh, is this a... oh! Oh, yes. And we are going to finish Draven the Raven, and let's start growing some points and occultists, because I want to get to Bonds of Bismuth, which is going to buff our animals, our pets, even more. Now let's go. In the hidden laboratory, there's a bunch of guys that spawn here. I definitely recommend, especially on main game, to clear those guys before walking until the Warden Krieg. With no further delay, let's put an end to the Warden. He has the Blitz, like you just saw him rushing in my direction, his force waves and his other soldier skills, and his first phase is already down. And now let's go to the second phase, the Warden Krieg as an ethereal form. He has a bunch of the same things, but now he has the the, this force, this shockwave, I would say. And yeah, that was Warden Krieg. Now, what I wanted to read to you guys actually from all the little pieces of notes that we get is this one. Missive to Warden Krieg. Warden Krieg, excuse this crude form of communication. I am far to the north, and it seems my thoughts are unable to reach you. In all future material correspondence, we'll use our host names and common human language forms. I write looking for clarification on recent perplexing reports on your conduct. Is it true that you have been incarcerating and tormenting humans? What is the purpose for this? It would seem that your host's predilections are affecting your own behavior. You must bring this under your control and cease the superfluous activity. Your role is to facilitate our laboratories with the collection of corpses. Limit yourself to the parameters of this task, or you will be recalled. What this means is that ethereals actually have their own desires. They actually are like, man, I want to torment humans. Like, okay, my host liked to do that, but I can see why he liked it, and it's fun. The ethereals also have their own things, like their own appetites, I could say. And well, it's just nice to show that they aren't just the dead, like they aren't just boring, mindless creatures. They think as well. At least for me. This completed, we go back to Devil's Crossing. In Devil's Crossing, as long as the loading screen allows me, thank you. We can talk to Darling, and Darling is going to give us some XP for saving her ass out there, and we can report back to John Bourbon.
Is it finished? The wardens
and tell him that the Warden Krieg has been taken down. Now waiting for us here is Mornay. But we are going to talk with Mornay at the start of our next chapter. See you guys next time, and thank you for watching.